Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. And I was talking to one of my followers, and they were telling me about the destiny swaps that they had received in their life. And so a lot of the things, once we have been cleansed of this negative energy, and I'm trying to make sure that it stays gone, that negative energy stays gone out of your life, then you have to make sure that when you're having different kinds of sicknesses and illnesses in your life reoccurring, we want to make sure that we're looking at the past, the history in our family. When you're talking about destiny swapping, you could have a destiny swap on one side of your family, and you could have the negative energy being siphoned from you from a totally other side of the family, creating these illnesses like lupus, okay? Creating these illnesses like diabetes, high blood pressure, strokes. So when you're feeling these types of oppressive spirits inside of your body, you don't have the will to get up and go. You're tired. You're sleeping all day. You're up all night. These are attacks up on your body. There is something wrong in your lineage. And when you understand that you have been destiny swapped, or one of your family members have been destiny swapped in your life, in your lineage, that negative energy has to be cleansed so that you can identify the uncle or the aunt or the cousin or whoever has that energy that belongs to you or your family. I cannot say this enough when we're talking about cleansing negative energy. This is not something that you're going to be able, to pray over and it's going to disappear out of your life. Usually when these types of illnesses set in over your life, then they are set in permanently. You need a spiritual healer, and you have to determine whether these types of attacks on your life are natural or they have reached an unnatural level when they start feeding off of you internally. When these higher spirits start taking strongholds in your life, you need to understand that this is an unnatural situation where, your parents, one of your parents had diabetes. Now you have diabetes and other types of attacks upon your life. Now, what we have is a problem when you have, diabetes and neither one of your parents had diabetes, but it runs in your family. What we have is that the negative energy that you have been picking up, the things that you have been doing, going to clubs, drinking, going to that 5 o'clock, happy hour every day. Some of the things that you have been doing, it needs to be reversed. It needs to be cleansed. Some of you have alcoholism in your family, and that needs to be cleansed. That is also a negative attack upon your family. When you're addicted to any kind of drug, or you're addicted to, any kind of substance. So we have to cleanse that negative energy. We have to understand that these attacks upon your life, when you are destiny swapped, then in many cases, they have, talked down to you. They have kept you in the background. They have shut you out. They didn't want you to be seen in the family, in the community, because they were putting the person who has your energy in front of you. Sort of like the Cinderella story, many of you who are aware of that. So we want to make sure that we're cleansing this negative energy, not only to cut the cords from this destiny swap, but from the trauma bind itself. so that these people who have your energy, who have been benefiting off of your health, who have been benefiting off of your finances, they are exposed. They are identified in your life. And that's letting you know, once they are identifying, once they start coming around, and you know they haven't been coming around. Once they start trying to take the blessings that God has given you, and they haven't, gave your family any help all of your life. Let me fix this up for you so you can see me. Okay. We're not playing with those narcissists. We're not playing with demonic, toxic persons in our lives that's trying to, siphon the energy off of you. Those energy vampires who are trying to harm you. Those people who have been attacking you in your life from behind the scenes, in the shadows, who did not want to be seen. And now that you are cleansing yourself, now that you have met me so that we can cleanse this negative energy and cut those cords out of your life, they are running scared because you are destroying those cords that they had attached to your family, your lineage. Generational curses that you are breaking over your life. You will have to reach out to a spiritual healer because you will not be able to break these types of cords that have been attached to you for 20 and 30 years, during your mother's time in the 50s. These are people that are experienced at destiny swapping and, belittling you, stealing your self-esteem, stealing your credibility, making a smear campaign against you in the family so that you're trying to, defend yourself from these people. They are experienced at trauma bonding you. They are experienced at attacking people. They are experienced at being an energy vampire, hovering around to make sure that, you never move up. You're never able to cleanse the negative energy. They're experienced at being a shapeshifter. So you have to be able to have this understanding when you see that this situation has gone from the natural. Once you moved away from them, once you don't have contact with these persons, these family members, that husband, this wife, and you're still having these types of attacks up on your mental health. You're still having problems, with your physical health, illnesses and sicknesses. Okay. So you got to make sure that you're cleansing this negative energy, praying for it, fasting, that's good. But to cut those cords, you need a spiritual healer when it's been that long and the energy has become malignant. The energy that's being sent out from another person who has been enjoying this energy is malevolent, and they know what they're doing, and they're trying to contact you. They're trying to keep in contact with you. They're going to make sure that they keep in contact with somebody who knows you so that they can contact you. Because they feel that energy cord. They feel that the negative energy is being broken, and they do not want you to break out of this prison that you're in. They don't want you to break out of the energy shield that they have put around you, a malevolent energy shield around you, so that you never be able to see them. That you're bound and tied, all of your life, and you're putting out fires with your health now. You're no longer, fighting in the relationship. You're no longer fighting your family, just to be validated. You're fighting for your life now. And this is when it goes over into those malevolent levels where you're still around those people. They have access to you. When we cut off all ties, we have to cut off all ties to these people. And we have an understanding, a greater understanding that our connection to God is what we need. We need to make sure that our connection to God, we're healing ourselves. We have to let all of that other stuff go that we used to do in order to heal ourselves from these types of attacks and these types of entities that have been attached to our lives. So I hope that you received this message. Please like, share, and subscribe to me over all of my platforms. I hope that this resonates with you so that you reach out to me, those of you who need the help. Please like, share, and subscribe to me over all of my platforms. Book your one-on-one sessions with me. Book your life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.